kind of see what it was all about. I've heard great things. I was very excited. I honestly don't have one picture from that experience. I don't know if I didn't think about it. I don't know. I'm sad, but I have no pictures. I do remember, though, the night before, running to Kohl's to get pants because I realized I don't have any teacher clothes. Like, it sounds so silly, but I was like, I need teacher. Yeah, it was a mess. I thought that, it's crazy looking back now what you think it's going to be like and how you're going to be this awesome teacher. And I walked in, I literally couldn't tell you what I did. I mean, it was just like, I sat in the back of the corner and was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like, I was just more concerned with my teacher pants and what I was doing. But then in the spring, I kind of got myself together, and I was in 2nd grade at Mary V. Austin, and I have some pictures from that. I had Miss Rose. She was great. When I walked in, I thought I was looking at my mom. Like, we favored very much. Even people were like, that is kind of bizarre. But you can tell I did time-telling bingo with them, like a game. You can tell I was still just trying to get my feet wet, testing the waters, didn't want to do too much. So we did bingo. They were learning to tell time, which was fun, but like I said, when you look back, I've come so far from that. I just like to look back at who I thought I was. And then sophomore year, I had 2nd grade at St. Mary's, which was a Catholic school. And not being Catholic, it was a change. All the Hail Marys and the prayers. It was nice to be exposed to that, but growing up Southern Baptist my whole life, it was very new, and the students didn't understand why I wasn't doing it and saying it. So just in that of itself was a learning experience. And I would read them books, and we did A Home for the Hermit Crab. Was one of my art lessons, which was just a paper plate, and they decorated the back. Super, super cool. But I remember as I was reading the book, as I was holding it like this, my hand was like this. I was so nervous reading 2nd graders a book. And it's just funny because I know they didn't know, but I remember looking at my hand and it literally being shaking as I'm reading. Then 4th grade at another Catholic school. I just had a whole Catholic school year, which was great to learn. This was music, which was probably one of the hardest subjects to do with kids, honestly. I mean, no offense, Silvernail, but it's challenging, especially for 4th graders. They kind of looked at me like, we're about to sing rock and roll. What? Some of them had, they were just, but they bared with me. It was great. And I kind of mixed art in with it, so it wasn't just like, we're just going to sing a song and then we're going to sit down. We actually made our own Rockin' Robins. And I also did take me out to the ball game with them, and I gave them peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Nobody had an allergy, so we were good. So I just tried to do a little fun thing with it to make it not so, okay, let's sing a song, a little more fun. Then junior block. Sanders, there's our selfie. Junior block was actually a turning point for me because I started to actually realize what all went into teaching. It wasn't just, let me go for a few hours, hang out with these kids, let them think I'm cool, do a lesson that I spent 3 hours preparing, and then go home. It became more of, I started thinking like a teacher. And instead of a student, I became kind of like a student teacher mentally. I did a lot. This is when I fell in love with 5th grade. When I got my assignment, I had a mental breakdown in the mock classroom. I don't know who remembers. But I was panicking that I had 5th grade. I was like, Dr. I cannot do this. I cannot, please change. I need a younger grade. They're going to be taller than me. I'm so scared. She's like, it's fine. You'll be fine. And now I would give anything to teach 5th grade. It was the best thing. So it was scary at first because you think 5th grade, but they're not as old as you think. This was, like I said, a great experience. And then the second part of junior block, I was at O'Rourke again. If you can't tell, I love O'Rourke. But this time I had 1st grade, and I was equally nervous for that. Going from 5th all the way down to 1st, I was thinking, okay, I need to completely switch gears and think like a 6-year-old instead of a 10-year-old. So it was great. I was a little shy at first, shyer than I usually was used to being in the classroom, just because they scared me. I mean, they literally, I didn't know how to get on their level. I would be teaching and then realize, Shelby, you need to start all over again and say that again, because they just receive things differently. So it was hard to transition, but it was also good to compare the grades. So I really enjoyed 1st grade. We went to the Gulf Breeze Zoo. We were there all day long in the heat, which, part of it. It was great. And that's when I really bonded with the teachers at our work, because I had been there 2 consecutive semesters. So they started to recognize my face and say, hey, how are you? And that in of itself is awesome. When other teachers